right, let's talk about something we've probably all dealt with at some point, the dreaded hangover. But what if I told you that everything you think you know about why you feel so awful is actually wrong? Let's get into the science behind it.
Yeah, we've all been there, right? That pounding headache, you're exhausted, and you're just filled with this sense of, ugh. It's a feeling we all know. But what's really going on inside your body to make you feel so miserable?
So here's where things get interesting. What if the main problem isn't even the alcohol you drink? I know, that sounds crazy. But by the time you're feeling the absolute worst, most of that alcohol, the ethanol, is already long gone from your system. The real culprit is a mischievous accomplice it left behind to totally wreck the place.
And this is the big question, right? What's the secret to helping your body fight back faster? Because if we're not actually fighting the alcohol, what are we fighting? And more importantly, is there a secret weapon we can use to help our body win that fight? Well, the science says yes, and you might be surprised by how simple it is.
Okay, get ready for this because it's gonna sound totally backwards. That hangover, it's actually your body doing its job perfectly. Seriously. That awful feeling is a sign that your body's defense systems have kicked into high gear and are working exactly like they're supposed to. You're feeling the effects of the battle, not a defeat.
So let's put a name to the face of our villain. It's called acetaldehyde. Basically, when your liver gets to work breaking down the alcohol you drank, this nasty, toxic compound is what's left over. And get this, it's way more toxic than the alcohol itself. This is what's giving you that pounding headache, the nausea, all of it.
The timing is everything here. So think of acetaldehyde as the villain who completely trashes the party inside your body, but only after the main guest, the alcohol, has already gone home. The alcohol is the life of the party, sure, but acetaldehyde is that one friend who stays behind, breaking stuff and drawing on the walls. And you're the one who has to wake up to that mess. But don't worry, your body doesn't just stand by and let this happen. It has its own heroic cleanup crew. Enzymes. This team is on call 24/7, and their mission, should they choose to accept it, is to hunt down all that acetaldehyde, neutralize it, and kick it out of your system for good.
So that leads us to the most important question of all, right? How do we help our enzyme cleanup crew work faster? If our recovery really depends on them, is there anything we can do to give our internal heroes like a super boost?
Yes, we totally can. Think about it. This cleanup crew can't run on empty. They need fuel. And what do they run on? Sugar. Specifically, fructose and glucose. That's their high-octane fuel. And just how much of a difference does this fuel make? A huge one. We're talking an 80 to 100% boost. Clinical studies show that giving your body a shot of fructose can speed up the breakdown of that toxic acetaldehyde by that much. You are literally doubling the speed of your body's cleanup process. That's incredible. And the best part? You don't need to go find some magic potion. This stuff is everywhere. We're talking simple things like honey water, a glass of fruit juice, or hey, even a soda in a pinch. Any of those can give your enzymes that jolt of energy they need to get to work. All right, if you remember one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this. The best time to fight a hangover is before it even starts. Yeah, a sugar boost the morning after is helpful, for sure. But the best move you can make is to arm your body before you even have your first drink. So let's talk strategy. This is the golden rule of timing. If you're just going out for a few hours, the science says to take your remedy before you start drinking. That preps your system. But if you know it's going to be a long night, say more than 6 hours, the pro move is to take one dose before you start and then another one midway through to refuel your little enzyme army. Okay, so we know sugar helps. But are there any other remedies out there that are scientifically proven to give you an edge? You bet there are. Science points to a couple of natural heavy hitters. You've got Hovenia dulcis. It's a plant that's super well documented for fighting hangovers. And then there's an extract from the alder tree, which has also been proven to help you recover. Now, you might see these in some drinks, but honestly, you'll get a much bigger punch from a more concentrated form like a pill. But hangovers aren't just about the headache, are they? It's a full body assault. Which brings us to another, less pleasant part of the experience, your stomach. So what's going on with your gut? Well, it's kind of a 1-2 punch. First, the alcohol itself really irritates your stomach lining. But then, and this part is pretty wild, when your body processes all that fructose you're giving it, it creates a byproduct called sorbitol. And sorbitol, well, it's a natural laxative. It's literally the same stuff in prunes that, gets things moving. So that explains a lot. So, yeah, it's not fun at all. But that whole gut reaction is just another sign that your body is in overdrive, doing everything it can to flush those toxins out. It's an unpleasant but totally natural part of the whole recovery process.
And it's not just your gut feeling the effects. Let's talk about what's happening upstairs in your brain. Normally, you have this planner part of your brain that's in control, helping you make smart choices. But alcohol basically tells that planner to take a nap. Your impulse control goes way down, and the more, let's say, instinctual parts of your brain take over, which, can explain some of those questionable choices and why your memory of the night might be a little fuzzy.
So there you have it, the science of the morning after. The real villain isn't the alcohol itself, it's that nasty accomplice, acetaldehyde. And your body already has the heroes, its enzymes, and you know their secret weapons, sugar and timing. Now that you know the enemy and how to fight it, the real question is, will you approach your next night out a little differently?